So Jake Mann, he will have next the loser of the winner in the Blake Saito Richard Fedlin match against Jude Swisher. Try to keep his hopes alive. But as we move forward to 165, for Brown, it'll be Keegan Rothrock, the 4 seed, and for Penn, the 5 seed, Andrew Troczynski. And for 165, the goal is quite simple. You have 2 bids. You have to win the next 2 matches if you're one of the wrestlers here, and if you're somebody who gets a bye, you need that 1 win to get in.
Yep. Keeping your head down, you know, finding a way to get your hand raised in the match that's ahead of you. You know, you're not worried about the finals quite yet.
And that's the thing. Again, it's simple. If you suffer defeat before the finals, your hopes of making it to Philadelphia are over. And so you're wrestling like this match is your last of the year.
Yeah, definitely an added pressure, you know, but you can't think about it that way. If you're worried about that before, you know, you're worried about what you want to accomplish on the wrestling mat, it's going to just hinder, you know, what you're looking to accomplish in those 7 minutes. So as much as it is stressful and you know, something that you're working towards, you can't really think about it as, I need to make the finals. You have to think about it as, I need to find a way to score as many points as I possibly can in this match, as opposed to worrying about the outcomes, right?
Win the next shot, then win the next period, then win the next match. That is the clear focus for these wrestlers as Trzinski gets a leg high, trying to perhaps sweep that left leg of Rothrock, who still has a firm foundation despite being on 1 leg. Rothrock trying to push himself free using leverage off the thigh. And he does indeed get that right leg free. So good job by Keegan Rothrock, keeping his foundation strong, keeping his balance, still no score. Final minute, first period. Rothrock, the Brown Bear representative at 165, is a senior. So for him, he doesn't want this to be his last career match, at least in terms of hopes of moving on. Again, he will still have other matches in this tournament to finish it out, but everything on the line for him. Trzinski, meanwhile, for Penn, he's a junior. And the winner of this matchup will have obviously a tough battle at 165 with Julian Ramirez, who is currently ranked 5th in the most recent coaches poll. So coaches believe that Ramirez can be an All-America and perhaps maybe even put himself in the conversation for a national championship. So he's going to be a tough out for whoever wins this one, as we're scoreless through a period. They did, I think, just wrap things up at 157 over on mat 2. When we get a result there, we'll let you know. But we got to begin period number 2. No score. Trzinski beginning on bottom. Rothrock will work the ride. He was able to get Trzinski back seated. Trzinski getting to his feet, has a hold of the leg of Rothrock. Can he perhaps turn this into 2? No, he'll get 1 out of it. But nonetheless, Andy Trzinski grabs the lead for the Penn wrestler here in this 4-5 matchup. So at 165 on mat 2, off from our view is an interesting rematch because it's Berg versus Berge. Princeton's Blaine Berge and Harvard's Cale Berg battling it out. And again, here at 165, only 2 bids, but Ramirez and Cesar Alvin of Columbia both ranked, and then Berge, he's a dark horse. Had a lot of injuries to work through, but now feeling as close as he can to 100%. as you can here in March. It's obviously, you're not going to be 100% now, but you're trying to get as close as you can.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about it all the time. You're never going to be 100%, right? So it's just a matter of getting to feel as good as you possibly can. Everyone's going to be a little bit banged up. Everyone's going to have some stuff going on with their body, and it's one of those things. It's like you have to think about it as this is it. You have the next 365 days to recover from this. So if you're able to get out here, you just got to wrestle to the best of your ability and let it fly.
Short time about to run out in the second period. Riding time not a factor with Andy Trzinski's escape. So far, the lone scoring. But here's now a chance for Keegan Rothrock to make his choice. And at the least, if he gets an escape, he'll put himself right back in the conversation. And we'll see what happens here. Probably, I'd say, close to 2/3 of the matchups we see today are rematches of duels competition. There was sometimes with injuries. You might not have seen a matchup. When you look at these two, Keegan Rothrock and Andy Trzinski was tied at 1-1 on February 2nd. And then Rothrock, the takedown for sudden victory. Are we headed that way again?
We'll see. I mean, Andy Trzinski's got this bottom leg hooked. Rothrock's doing a good job keeping his hips up. And Troczynski trying to cover the hips, but we're scrambling here.
Wow,
this
what a
is a fun
sequence.
scramble.
And then Rothrock spinning around, gets control of the hips.
Oh, they're going to challenge this one.
You got to challenge it, I would think. And we're going to get, I would think, our first review of the morning. It's still morning, as Roger Reyna, the Penn head coach, who is in his second stint with Penn. His first stint, he had over 200 wins leading this Penn wrestling program. And while we get a chance to look at the replay, see if Rothrock goes up 4-1, does give us a chance to talk a little bit about the team prospects. Cornell, obviously, the favorite after going 5-0 in duels competition. But Penn, every weight, they have a contender to punch a ticket into the NCAA tournament. They come in with 7 ranked wrestlers. They might be able to win the team scores. This is exactly what the officials here on Mat 1 are looking at. And Pat, do you see enough for 3?
It's covering the hips. You have, recovery time, right, or reaction time. It's going to be really close. I honestly think you can call it either way, right? So here, this position is what I'm looking for. Does he cover the hips when Andy Trzinski's hands are down right there in enough time where, you say he has control of the hips before reaction time? It's really close. How much reaction time do you give? It's tough to say in slow-mo because it happens so quickly. But, I think it's a coin toss. It's really tough to say, what happened either way, in my opinion.
So when you say that, my next thing that I think, but I have to say, the officials need to see enough evidence to overturn the call as no takedown. So they need to see clear enough evidence to say, okay, clearly Trzinski's hands are free of the mat before there's control of the hips to overturn the call. And
I think there was enough reaction time there where Trzinski was able to get up to his feet and roll through and get out of that position before there was clear control of the hips. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, and I was going to say, to me, when I saw that replay, I saw last hand up, then the left arm of Rothrock getting around the hip of Troczynski. I would agree as well. It was an overturned call, tied at 1. And if you're from a neutral position, you're saying, hey, we want the tie still, right? So that's what's going to happen here in the final minute, period number 3. But obviously, if you're these two wrestlers, that near takedown is one that's really going to ramp up the intensity here. The winner moves on to the semifinal round. The loser has hopes of going to Philadelphia dashed, but will move into a chance to get the third place finish. A thunderous takedown by Troczynski, going belly to belly and getting the takedown. Returning the favor against Keegan Rothrock after the sudden victory loss in duels competition. He was able to get 4 on the near fall as well, as Rothrock, you could see, realizing what all of that means. He went for the move, but it went against him in the end.
Yeah, no, and how important was that scramble, right? For Andy Trzinski to be able to wrestle through that position and not give up points and stay on his feet, that gave him the ability to be able to stay in this match and put a move like that together, feet to back. So, just wrestling through these positions it keeps you in these matches.
Rothrock trying to escape late here in the final seconds, but Andy Trzinski, a thunderous 7-point sequence, keeps his dreams of Philadelphia alive, moving forward here at 165. Up next will be Cornell's Julian Ramirez. What a finish to this matchup.
Yeah, really fun one. Lots of scrambles. You see, lots of good action, lots of good wrestling there.